Those who forsake the law praise the wicked. Those who uphold the law resist them. Welcome to the Voice of Resistance. Here's your host, Randall Terry.
Donald Trump's nomination for the Republican candidate for president, it's a done deal. Tonight, in prime time, a couple hours from now, the Democrat convention begins. So tomorrow night, we will begin to play tapes from that convention and analyze what's going on. In tonight's program, we're going to hear from Jerry Falwell Jr., and we're going to hear from portions of Donald Trump's acceptance speech. I was so tickled when I heard Jerry Falwell. I'm just going to let it play. You be the judge if you're tickled as well. But it was a great speech. Here are excerpts.
In 1984, my father stood at this convention and offered the opening prayer before our party's candidate, Ronald Reagan, went on to accept the nomination and win in a landslide. The most effective politicians were never career politicians, but surveyors, architects, ministers, farmers, businessmen, and even actors who were successful in the private sector before serving in government. Donald Trump follows in this rich tradition. He has created jobs for thousands and is one of the greatest visionaries of our time. He is a true patriot and a champion of the common man. Mr. Trump has added a plank to this party's platform to repeal IRS rules sponsored by Lyndon Johnson in 1954, barring churches and nonprofits from expressing political free speech. Conservative universities and churches, however, have been investigated, while authorities have too often turned a blind eye toward liberal groups, including universities where left-wing ideology is so pervasive that they have in effect become Democratic voter indoctrination camps. Trust me, the repeal of the Johnson Amendment will create a huge revolution for conservative Christians and for free speech. If you are a conservative, a decision not to vote or to vote for a third-party candidate is a de facto vote for Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton is allowed to appoint the next few Supreme Court justices, that in itself could be a fatal blow to our republic. On the other hand, a vote for Donald Trump is a vote to uphold the Second Amendment right to bear arms. A vote for Trump is a vote to stop Iran, a nation committed to the destruction of the State of Israel, from becoming a nuclear power. A vote for Trump is a vote to appoint conservative, pro-life justices to the Supreme Court. You know, in the days before my father passed away in 2007, he joked with CNN that he dreamed that Chelsea Clinton had interviewed him about the three greatest threats facing this nation. He replied, those three greatest threats are Osama, Obama, and your mama. Well, Osama is now gone. Obama has 6 months left in his term. And the only way to make America great and one again is to tell Chelsea's mama, you're fired.
Well, I'm going to take a quick break. Hope you enjoyed what Jerry Falwell Jr. had to say. And I'm so thrilled about Trump saying that he's going to go after the tax exempting that bridles the churches. And Trump says it in the clips that we're about to play for you. So you get to be the judge. There's enough talking heads out there. I thought it would be a good job for me to let you see for yourself some of the things that were said at length. I'll be right back with Donald Trump. If you own a business and would like to advertise on our program, please contact us. We are currently seen on over 130 television stations from coast to coast. We air at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then all times are local. We have a lot of reach, friend, and this is an opportunity at a great price for you to get your product or your service in front of hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people. Also, if there's something that's important to you and you'd like to have a month where you just say thank you to this ministry or promote a certain ministry or a certain cause, contact us. Our rates are incredibly affordable. You'd be surprised. And you, again, can reach into hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of homes. We're currently seen possibly in over 30 million homes. So give us a call, give us an email, and we'll put a commercial up for you. Welcome back to the program, friend. If you missed Friday's show, I encourage you to go online and watch it at our website, voiceofresistance.com. And if you're a Democrat or if you're one of our many affiliates, please remember that this week I'm going to cover the Democrat convention and I'm going to play lengthy clips of their speeches and give equal time in that way. And I'm going to play lengthy passages from Hillary Clinton's speech. I promise you. All right, let's hear from Donald Trump. Donald Trump's acceptance speech was the longest acceptance speech in modern history, but I was shocked at how quick it seemed to go. Man, he was pounding on all cylinders. So it was well over an hour long. We're only going to play 10 or 12 minutes of the speech for you, but it's worth repeating some of those sections so that you know clearly where the man stands on various issues. So here's a portion of Donald Trump's acceptance speech.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Friends, delegates, and fellow Americans, I humbly and gratefully accept your nomination for the presidency of the United States. Our convention occurs at a moment of crisis for our nation. The attacks on our police and the terrorism of our cities threaten our very way of life. Any politician who does not grasp this danger is not fit to lead our country. We cannot afford to be so politically correct anymore. So if you want to hear the corporate spin, the carefully crafted lies, and the media myths, the Democrats are holding their convention next week. Go there. But here at our convention, there will be no lies. We will honor the American people with the truth and nothing else. This is the legacy of Hillary Clinton: death, destruction, terrorism, and weakness. My plan will begin with safety at home, which means safe neighborhoods, secure borders, and protection from terrorism. There can be no prosperity without law and order. A number of these reforms that I will outline tonight will be opposed by some of our nation's most powerful special interests. That's because these interests have rigged our political and economic system for their exclusive benefit. Believe me, it's for their benefit. Big business, elite media, and major donors are lining up behind the campaign of my opponent because they know she will keep our rigged system in place. They are throwing money at her because they have total control over every single thing she does. She is their puppet, and they pull the strings. That is why Hillary Clinton's message is that things will never change, never ever. My message is that things have to change, and they have to change right now. I have no patience for injustice, no tolerance for government incompetence, of which there is so much, no sympathy for leaders who fail their citizens. When innocent people suffer because our political system lacks the will or the courage or the basic decency to enforce our laws, or still worse, has sold out to some corporate lobbyist for cash, I am not able to look the other way, and I won't look the other way. Nobody knows the system better than me. Which is why I alone can fix it. I have seen firsthand how the system is rigged against our citizens, just like it was rigged against Bernie Sanders. He never had a chance, never had a chance. But his supporters will join our movement because we will fix his biggest single issue, trade deals that strip our country of its jobs and strip us of our wealth as a country. On Sunday, more police were gunned down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 3 were killed, and 3 were very, very badly injured. An attack on law enforcement is an attack on all Americans. Only weeks ago in Orlando, Florida, 49 wonderful Americans were savagely murdered by an Islamic terrorist. This time, the terrorist targeted LGBTQ community. No good, and we're going to stop it. As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me. And I have to say, as a Republican, it is so nice to hear you cheering for what I just said. Thank you.
Well, I'll be right back, friends, with more from Donald Trump. And I promise you, this week we're also going to hear from Hillary and her cohorts. Don't go away. Friend, this program is supported by friends like you who believe in what we are doing. We run a very tight ship. Thankfully, we are on over 130 stations across the country, having tremendous impact. We get emails every day. We get letters in the mail, not every day, but almost every day. We hear from people who love what we're doing. What people don't understand is that it's sort of expensive to produce a television show like this. It doesn't require earth-shattering funds, but it does require financial help. So I am asking you, if you enjoy this program, throw us a $10 or a $20 bill every once in a while, or even a $50 or a $100 check. You see the address there on the screen. Your gifts are not tax deductible, by the way, because we want to be able to say what we want to say regarding politics without the IRS telling us no. So if you like the program, I ask for your support. As we look at Donald Trump's speech, I want you to just ask yourself, what do I disagree with? What do I agree with? Because that's what this is about. Concepts that ultimately become public policy. Do you agree with his concepts or disagree? Do the things that he's saying make your hair stand on end, the back of your neck? Or do you go, yeah, I believe that? You've got to listen. You've got to read between the lines. And you have to understand that the general broad brush strokes that he's making ultimately are going to result in policy, in picks, Supreme Court picks, all of it. Here's another portion of Donald Trump's speech. And by the way, I want you to know we're going to do the same thing for Hillary all this week. Watch Donald Trump now.
Lastly, and very importantly, we must immediately suspend immigration from any nation that has been compromised by terrorism until such time as proven vetting mechanisms have been put in place. We don't want them in our country. Tonight, I want every American whose demands for immigration security have been denied, and every politician who has denied them, to listen very, very closely to the words I am about to say. On January 20th of 2017, the day I take the oath of office, Americans will finally wake up in a country where the laws of the United States are enforced. My just released 10-point plan has received tremendous veteran support. We will guarantee those who serve this country will be able to visit the doctor or hospital of their choice without waiting 5 days on a line and dying. We are going to appoint justices of the United States Supreme Court who will uphold our laws and our Constitution. The replacement of our beloved Justice Scalia will be a person of similar views, principles, and judicial philosophies. Very important.
All right, friend, I will be right back. We'll play a little bit more of Donald Trump's speech. And within a couple hours, the Democrat Party has its primetime convention beginning tonight as well. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. I want to invite you to go to our website, Almost every book that I have ever written is available as a PDF online for free. We have a ton of products, training materials, tools that are available for you for free. All we ask for is that you give us your email address. That's it. So that we can stay in touch with you. And yes, from time to time, ask you to support this work. So I'm inviting you, go to the website. Now, for those of you who say, well, I don't want a PDF, I want a real book. You can get one of my books. All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling and then give whatever gift you want. And if you can't afford anything, we'll send you the book for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Why are we doing all this? Because we want to change the direction of the country and we need to raise up a fresh generation of warriors to do that. That's why we have this tool. I invite you, go to the website, see for yourself. The secular mainstream media berated this speech. They hated it. And I submit to you, it's because they're globalists, because they're child killers, because they don't want America first. They don't want to hear a president saying, we're going to protect American jobs, we're going to cut deals that help our people. They want someone to sound like a globalist. And that is not Trump. It's just not Trump. And he's not making any apologies. And by the way, this is what got him here. These people in the mainstream media still can't figure this out. The reason Trump is the nominee is because he's been hammering these themes for a year. I'm going to play a little bit more from this speech and hope that you are at least provoked in your brain by what you're seeing. Here it goes.
At this moment, I would like to thank the evangelical and religious community because I'll tell you what, the support that they've given me, and I'm not sure I totally deserve it, has been so amazing and has had such a big reason for me being here tonight. True, so true. They have much to contribute to our politics, yet our laws prevent you from speaking your minds from your own pulpits. An amendment pushed by Lyndon Johnson many years ago threatens religious institutions with a loss of their tax-exempt status if they openly advocate their political views. Their voice has been taken away. I am going to work very hard to repeal that language and to protect free speech for all Americans. My opponent asks her supporters to recite a 3-word loyalty pledge. It reads, I'm with her. I choose to recite a different pledge. My pledge reads, I'm with you, the American people. I am your voice. So to every parent who dreams for their child and every child who dreams for their future, I say these words to you tonight. I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you.
All right, well, in a little while, the Democrats go primetime with the beginning of their convention. We'll spend the rest of this week talking about them, playing clips of their speeches, and I hope that you will join me, and I hope that you're watching primetime to see what's going on over at the Democrat convention. I'll see you tomorrow. you.